Hello, shalom, hola, and welcome to the Spiritual Life with me, Mystic Reverend Travis Tidwell. And this is my co-host Ashley here with me,
Good evening.
and my executive producer Athena, my wonderful daughter. And we also want to give a notice and applause and attention to the Lord God Yahweh and the Holy and Divine Spirit with Sacred Dragon, who powers everything that we do here on this show. And welcome. And so here we are, another episode. What do we have here? We're episode number 53. 53, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Yeah.
We're like, oh my gosh, it's going by so fast.
I know. It is. Life is going by fast for sure.
I think we're about like mid-August right now. What day are we on? Like the 10th, 11th?
11th of August, I believe, 2021 is where we're at on this particular podcast.
Yeah.
You know, this is going in the vault. I think we're how many podcasts are we behind right now, executive?
It's just getting pretty caught up. Yeah.
It takes time to get these out there. My executive producer is busy. Plus, we have celebrity predictions for those of you who are on Spotify, iTunes, or maybe listening to us through another medium. You can check out our celebrity predictions on YouTube.
And things have been getting pretty exciting because I'm not going to give too much away, but today was the day they finally freed Britney. I know that was something that we talked about.
Free Britney.
It was, I'm good for her.
Yeah, poor girl. She'll never be the same. That's unfortunate. I see her on Instagram, and you can tell she's had a mental breakdown.
Well, if they're
just by looking at her.
They were giving her lithium by like the buttload.
Yeah, no, it might take years for her to get to a point to where she might not look that way or have that energy about her. It's going to take a while. Poor girl. That's,
No, but
that's just the other thing about fame and money,
But I'm glad. I kind of like the fact that you're doing something a little bit serious and then you're trying to do something a little not serious, just for entertainment, in case people were wondering.
Yeah. I mean, the spiritual life, I'm kind of here to help incorporate something in your life to become more spiritual, to make you more spiritual, more conscious of what's going on. I mean, that's the whole plan here.
Yes.
The celebrity predictions is fun. It's entertaining. It's out there with what makes the world go round. Money.
Yeah, absolutely. Check it out.
Yeah, and that's why we talk about these people, because they're making big money, and I want to get some.
Yeah, and as we always say on the other show on Celebrity Predictions, if you guys have any questions, comments, or anybody that you might want Travis to actually dive a little bit deeper into, how can they, Travis Tidwell podcast at Gmail?
Yeah, Travis Tidwell podcast at gmail.com. That's a good address.
Write a comment, yes.
Yeah, you could always go to the YouTube channel, Travis Tidwell podcast, and that would get you to celebrity predictions and some other stuff we got going on there. But yeah, for sure. And, I just think that at some point that if you don't know who your assigned angel is, give us an email, give us a call, drop us a note, leave us a memo, and we'll get back to you. We'll do it live maybe, you know what I'm saying? But you'll know who your angel is.
Now would probably be more an important time, if anything, while things are going to hell in a handbasket. But that's just
you bet. And, there's a lot. I do classes every Wednesday. You can go to my website, travistidwell.us, and you can see my organization, Sacred Dragon. And you too might want to become a high priest or high priestess, or a ceremonial magician. But
I mean, even people on the street, like I've spoken to you about what you're about. They're actually very interested in finding out. And I know there's been a few people that have came through the website, and ordered some candle stuff. So I mean, it's really working out really well. And
yeah.
What is your name on TikTok?
My name on TikTok. What is my name on TikTok? I'm either Travis Tidwell or One Sacred Dragon.
Just put it in the search
bar.
Let's see.
Sure my executive producer, she'll pull it up in just a second. Are you looking for it now? Right. She goes, "Oh, you look at you." That's my executive producer, and I know I don't pay her a lot, but my God, no. I'm One Sacred Dragon on TikTok. I just started that. So that's kind of interesting.
And that's cool. Like maybe when you're waking up on the day, like, you're trying to get ready in the morning for work, you can see a quick little 5-minute clip from Travis, just to kind of give you some insight on what you might be looking for that day.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And how are you doing? Is there any goddess stuff going on?
Oof. No, I mean, to be honest, I think right now I've been focusing on manifesting during this Lionsgate period. So today's the 12th, actually. So
yes,
it's
all
ending.
I hear about is Lionsgate.
It happens every year, and it's a very powerful time. I'm waiting for ETs to pop up on the TV as we speak.
They're all over.
They're all over.
I was on TikTok the other day, and this guy. Okay, so you know how you can see the. you can see the moon in the sky sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes,
During the daytime.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the guy can see it. He has this high-powered telescope. He's got the monitor. He zooms into the moon during the day, and you can see two UFOs flying right there.
Oh, San Diego is active.
San Diego
is very active.
Well, yeah, we have the most active USO. We have the most USO activity than anywhere in the world. You know what that means, USO?
Identified
submerged object.
You know what? I always thought that a lot of these could go in water anyways. I would just assume.
Well, of course.
So.
I mean, these are very, very super powerful machines. Yeah, Merkabah. You know, vehicles of light. Some of them have that ability. Some don't possibly, but whatever. The point is that Enoch tells us that right now waiting at the bottom of the ocean for this world to need that big transformation day, because they know there's something coming in, a change shifting. You know, it's going to happen in our lifetime, possibly.
I really feel that there's been a lot of things shifting. So if you've been feeling that way at home and you feel like your third eye has been like squeezing, like someone's trying to make some lemonade, like now's the time to really awaken your consciousness. Make sure that you're talking to your friends and your family, just trying to get them more upbeat too. You know, we really need to elevate right now. You know,
that's right. And let me tell you something. Law of attraction says, if I hang around with positive people, positive things are going to happen to me.
Positive mindsets, I would say, as
well. Yeah, it's like, the company you keep is going to be very, very important for how you're developing your life and what you're attracting at some point.
I read something the other day that was like, in the ultimate scheme of things, if like you lost something and you know it's not going to benefit you in the highest good, even in the long run, just let it go. Yeah. Just let bygones be bygones.
Yeah, I mean, you can't hold on to stuff in the past for too long. You know what I'm saying? It's hard.
You process stuff fast. I'm working on it.
It's tough. There's still some stuff on. But anyway, I don't want to go. I don't want to go there right now.
What are we talking about this evening? I was
this episode number 53 is the four angels of the four directions, part 1. This is only part 1, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, part 1. So there are these four main angels, and for those of you who are spiritual and you're looking to be more empowered, or you're learning how to do some type of even small ritual for yourself, it's going to be very important for you to evoke the four angels of the four directions. These angels come through as giants. They're guardians to protect each direction and each element that each direction represents. So if I call upon the winds of the north, I know that the angel Ariel is going to be there. If I call upon the winds of the south, I know the angel Michael is going to be there. If I call the winds of the east, I know the angel Raphael is going to be there. If I call the winds of the west, I call the angel Gabriel. I know he's going to be there. So once you start learning how to work with these energies, it becomes amazing when you're doing a setup for your altar, even for your own vibration of elevating yourself, making personal contact with these angels.
And just on something really basic, if you have an altar, it should be facing east at all times, by the way.
It should, but let me tell you something. All my life,
it's not super important, but I try.
I tried. No, I've been doing this for 32 years, and there have been plenty of times where I couldn't make my damn altar face the east. But what I did was, even though it wasn't facing east, I did face certain things east on my altar. That would represent that direction. That's a tricky one.
So let me ask you, how did these angels get assigned to north, south, east, west? Where does this originate from?
Well, this is all ancient Kabbalah. This even follows through the Sanskrit, I'm sure, through the orders and angels that have been ordained by, Metatron and Yahweh. These angels were picked for specific reasons, obviously. They all have their own talent, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But they're all an extension of God. These are the top angels that are His extension. So if I'm going to do ritual, or I'm even going to, bring good energy in my room or my altar. Now, an altar can be very simple. It doesn't have to be too sophisticated. Aesthetics don't mean a whole hell of a lot. It's all your intention.
It's all, you're always about keeping it easy.
Yeah, simplicity to magic is how you achieve. So when you look at that aspect, you should have, and you're facing east, that's going to be the Archangel Raphael. As you call upon the east, and you ask the Archangel Raphael to come to your altar, come to your circle, even in meditation, I'll call the four angels of the four directions to help guide me on the spiritual realm through my meditation. That's how powerful they are. And there's something going on also that if you're blind to angels, you're not going to get any help. The more that you can work with angels, the more that you can call upon them, the more you're going to receive, the more you're going to create.
I guess my question would be for you, like for somebody that's just hearing this for the first time, what is the significance of the angels being assigned to each direction, though? It sounds like there should be, because if that's the case, then why just not have the angels and not even have them be assigned to a direction?
Well, there are a lot of angels that are not assigned to directions.
No, I know. What makes these individuals?
Well, because each one of these also represents an element of life.
Mm-hmm.
Of life, Ashley. That's right. So Raphael is the element of air, breath. I mean, each angel has their own story, their own, they have their own attribution, you know what I'm saying, that they bring into the table here. So, yeah, these four angels of the four directions, they're part of creation here because they represent the four elements, earth, air, fire, water. What's the fifth element? Spirit, obviously, Yahweh, the source, you know what I'm saying?
Well, and so I guess another question would be, are they also protectors of portals coming from those directions?
You betcha they are.
Okay, well, but can you explain like the importance of why they need to protect these portals and what these portals mean to us as humanity?
Here's the deal. When we talk about these portals that for each direction, there's many things that can happen. And these aren't the only angels that also patrol the portals, to be honest with you, okay? But yeah, that's what happens. Their vibration, they're overseeing these portals, make sure nothing negative comes through, you know what I'm saying? Nothing evil, you know what I'm saying? That's their job as far as overlooking the portal. There's a lot of other orders and brotherhoods that also work in that direction too. Once in a while you do get a little negative when they'll slip through, you know what I'm saying?
So basically there is a possibility that these portals are something that would take you to maybe another universe, another dimension, another
That is very, very
location.
possible. You bet that very well could be. It could also be something that could also allow something in here, into us, into this realm. So, and that's what we'd want to be very careful of, is what we allow to come into this galaxy, into this planet, into our consciousness.
So I know, and of course, if you're here listening to our podcast as of right now, Travis Tidwell, The Spiritual Life, a lot of people have questions in regards of hearing about some of these angels, especially during the apocalypse or during Revelations. And I know a lot of people read about that in the Bible. Yeah. So what is your take on when they are, because they talk about the four angels and they talk about what things are supposed to be going down. And there's a fifth angel that comes in, right? And tells them to hold off on doing anything with the earth, anything with the sea, until everybody's marked. So,
yeah, I don't know. Here's the dealio with that. That's a Christian philosophy that I really don't follow anymore.
So no. And so, like, there's people that come from Christianity or some of these things.
I understand, and they believe that.
They want it to be addressed so they can be like, okay,
yeah,
well,
they want that to be addressed. But here's the whole deal. I mean, you have to understand that this book was written thousands of years ago by people who thought that Jesus was going to reappear in their lifetime. Okay?
I think there's been every single decade or
every generation. Every generation thought Jesus was going to come in. No, for sure.
Yeah.
We're talking about the people who wrote these books. You know what I'm saying? Okay? John, this guy, he John the Divine, he comes out of nowhere. He doesn't even know Jesus. Okay?
John the Divine?
Yeah.
I mean, I know of John the Baptist, but I don't know John the Divine.
He's in Revelations.
John the Divine?
Yeah, I believe that's it.
Okay, well, we definitely should look that up because I have more questions in regards to that. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so I guess one of these things is, outside of just looking into Revelations.
Okay, yeah, let's go back to Revelations. Okay, so they talk about a seven-headed dragon that could also represent the seven mountains of Rome. At that time that these things were being prophesized or looked at. So, I really feel at some point that those prophecies are not being fulfilled now. We'll have a nuclear war and this thing will melt before we start having some of the stuff they're talking about. And of course we go through plagues and we go through certain things that are going to be very, very obvious. But as far as the Messiah coming back in the way that they feel Jesus coming back is wrong. If you read the Revelations, if you believe that book, then he comes back with a different name and a different face. Check it out. So 13 or yeah.
No, and I'm just reading about John the Divine, but it's not really giving me much. Like, for instance, it's just letting us know John the Apostle, also known as Saint John the Evangelist, or Saint John the Divine, which is more of a Catholic connotation on John the Divine, but anything spiritually related.
No, and when these people put this book together, they could have picked the Gospel of Mary. They could have put in there the Gospel of Peter, which I think Peter would have been a whole... Mary for sure.
Mary is amazing. It's called the Sophia of Jesus Christ in the Gnostic text.
You know, that would have been amazing to have in that book. I mean, they could have picked finer things to talk about and to put in there, but they didn't, because that book was meant to suppress people. Period. Now, if you go to the book of Thomas, which was the first Bible that they had burned and outlawed, I think there's a copy somewhere. I think it's in Long Beach or Huntington Library.
I do not know.
Yeah, it's here in Southern California. There's a copy of it that you can go look at. But it's got a for some reason the dragon does come up in that Bible too.
Well, the divine, the dragon is the mind of reason. I mean, I know we also had this conversation.
And revolution.
Well, and evolution.
I was just going to say that. You bet. And evolution, you bet. Yeah, because revolution brings evolution. For sure. And so these four angels also participate with this, because each one does represent a certain element here on this planet in our lives.
So how about if, since people are praying to these angels already, are we just letting them know that this is what they're going to be, what they are associated with? I guess how would we take
Well,
this to
here's
a
the deal.
higher
If I'm
level?
talking to my angel, if I talk to an angel Michael, I bless the angels during the week and day. My angel's Ariel, but when I call my angels close to me, if Michael's there and Raphael, so be it. Come on in. Hey guys, this is what I need today, and usually I'm blessing them all individually in prayer anyway. When I'm thanking God for my blessings and source for what I want to create, everything's coming through. I bless all my angels and guides and teachers. But on some level, if you're not reaching out to them and creating a personal relationship, it's not going to benefit you that well. But if you're doing anything spiritual, like I said, with your altar, and you want to start doing magic, and you want to do good magic, you'd first invoke the highest vibration of the source Yahweh into you, and then you would evoke the four angels of the four directions for protection. Mm-hmm. And to help guide you. Okay? This is the same thing. If I'm going to go cleanse and bless a home, usually I'll call upon the four angels of the four directions at each portal, at each direction, to block negative energy and to protect that house from evil.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If that makes any sense.
No, it does. I guess maybe I'm not asking the right question though. Like
What is the question?
The question is like, what is the relevancy of somebody knowing that these angels are assigned to these portals? So that they're basically
first
for them
of all,
to protect us from
but again, if you're doing
coming in or
but
out
if you're
of our
doing magic,
service.
if you're Wiccan or doing any type of pagan magic,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be evoking these angels to your altar, to your ceremony for protection and assistance.
So basically, it's because we need to utilize the full circle from every single direction.
We need
have
earth, air,
someone
fire,
assigned to
water.
that. Okay.
We need the east, south, west, north. We need it all.
No, I guess I was just also thinking about like how would I utilize this during maybe meditation or prayer.
Well, I'm not sure if you would. I mean, it would depend on what your meditation your intention would be. There's many different ways and many different reasons to meditate. Mm-hmm. So that would be a good question. Now, if I was looking to travel east to New York maybe, and I wanted to do some business there, maybe I'd meditate communicating with the Archangel Raphael since he rules that direction. Maybe he's got some peep out there, some peeps he knows.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I can see it in that aspect. Okay.
If I really wanted to get, smart about it, I mean, I'd start thinking this way. I mean, I use my intuition with my spiritual intellect, mm-hmm. and that makes me want to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, how do we take it up a notch? Like,
Or if I'm looking for something specific, I'll call the angels of the four directions and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for today. That way they can pull it from any direction I want. You know what I'm saying? Wherever it's at, they'll find it. And
so is it also possible to still ask them disregarding the fact that they come from that direction?
Sure.
Okay. So as long as
because they have many assignments, and that's just one of them.
Okay.
These are giant beings that multitask, okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And in knowing that, I mean, they've been here since, the creation of this Adam and Eve program we're living in.
The archetypes.
Yes, you bet. And so they're very, very powerful beings for that reason. I think that also, too, when you get to know that, especially if you're studying like Simplified Kabbalah Magic by 10 Andrews, you'll find out that we have the 5 elements within our body: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. I mean, I'm a fire sign. She's a water sign. Hey, So, and everybody's a fire, water, earth, air sign here on this planet. So that's where these angels also come in. I mean, they're connected to everything on some level.
So I know we had this conversation before we actually got on camera today. So the 4 angels that are in accordance to the 4 directions, they're not to be mistaken with the Watchers, correct?
No, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And so just a small little snippet, how would you describe the Watchers so people can make the differentiation?
The way I see the Watchers, or like working with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the Watchers are beings that will help you build and create things. They help create for Adam and Eve here in Enoch and different people in the Hebrew culture in the beginning. And it's written and noted for that, because what is the Old Testament? A great history book. It's not fables. It's not myths. It's exactly what happened. Even for Moses to split the Red Sea and save these people from Egypt and create the Ten Commandments, they're still celebrating Passover to this day, my God.
So would it be safe to say it's like the ancestors and the ancestors that come from the stars, more or less?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know like the Hopi tribe and then the Aboriginals that live in Australia, and also a few other, the Dogon Tribe. I know that these are things that they practice currently to this day in their spirituality.
Well, the Dogon Tribe is a very, very special tribe because they, associate themselves with the dolphin. Okay.
The Dogon Tribe?
Yeah.
The one they...
in the Amazon.
Oh, no.
In Africa.
Africa.
Yeah, no,
yes,
excuse me,
yes.
Africa. No.
Yeah.
No, they have a fish, looks like a dolphin head with Aquarian symbols on it. Did you know that?
No, but what I did know is that there's no violence, and I know that they think more of like a beehive collective, and they also wait all the time, and they look at the constellation of Sirius to be able to move forward with certain religious ceremonies.
Thank you. Exactly, and that's why they're connected to the dolphins, because the dolphins come from the planet Sirius. They own that planet.
Well, from what I've heard about regards of like whales and dolphins is that they actually have embedded in them the code of the universe in certain aspects.
Well, they have universal language. They have cosmic language within them for sure. Going back to the Dogon Tribe, they have a map on one of their cave walls there, wherever they keep their hieroglyphics, and there's a map of Sirius and its moons and everything. And the first white man who saw it didn't think much of it, wrote it down, copied it. But later, after telescopes and all this stuff came out into the universe here, they found out that this tribe had valid information. And they said the only way they would know that is if they were in a ship looking at those planets.
But they knew.
Exactly.
Just like a lot of other
because these people have no radios, no TVs. They don't work for money. They're their own society, their own civilization, their own world. So then the scientists went back to them later and said, okay, where did you get this information? And they showed them a story in their tribe of something landing in the water. And these beings coming out of the water and directly communicating with them telepathically. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that's, it stays consistent across.
Yeah.
Well, another thing though, too, kind of maybe side note, going back to like Revelations, I know that over 180 different cultures and religions all have the same storyline about having like the great flood coming. And so, so like they've all experienced it in something a little bit different. So
you bet.
So going a little bit back to like the Revelations part, are in those, do you know within those rituals or if in some of those cultures that they're utilizing the angels in that sense?
Well, you bet God's working those angels to create things like that and to help people, transform.
But like within their like religious texts, like I don't know if you have anything that might be able to correspond to. Not
off the top of my head, to be very honest with you. I mean, go back first of all to the Torah when they talk about angels and what they've done in the Torah as an example. And the mysticism of Kabbalah gives you a little bit more insight too. But there's many references out there outside of the American or Standard Bible, which really does nothing for me. I hate to say that to you guys out there in the spirit and out there, but I love Jesus and I love the Christ consciousness, but I have nothing to do with most of these people who are low mentality they're very blocked in their mentality. Let me ask my executive producer, how much time do we got?
You're at 25 minutes.
Okay. So we got a few more minutes to talk about these things. So let's say this. Let's say that you have a home and you want to put an angel in each direction for protection of your house. Get a statue.
For each area.
Why not? Why not? And you might have one of these angels as your personally assigned angels, but if you don't know, you won't know unless you contact me, boo.
Or can't you meditate on it?
You can and see what comes to you. You bet, I'll give you that. But if you want to know, through your numerology and your incarnation number, because your incarnation number is very, very important. You should have that information, no matter what other angels with you guiding you. Yeah. This is actually part 1 of the 4 angels of protection. We talked just a little bit, maybe on the part 2. We'll pick a specific angel out and talk more about just what that angel does as an individual. Because there's way more to talk about, with this particular subject. And for those of you out there who, like Ashley said, if you have meditated and got this angel with you, or you feel very strongly that Michael or Raphael is one of your angels, then I definitely give that to you, and say, work with it, make a friend with that angel, baby. You cannot go wrong making a friend with an angel. This is just not going to happen.
I mean, that's what you should be doing.
Yeah, no, for sure, for all of us. Crazy world out there right now. I will be making some more predictions on political stuff coming up here.
On your 007 series.
Yeah, I'm going to change the title on that. But
really?
Yeah,
okay.
I am going to change the title on that.
You have a few like multimedia channels that are just happening simultaneously. Yeah. You want everyone to be exposed to everything.
Yeah. So Travis Tidwell podcast at YouTube. We have Travis Tidwell podcast on Spotify, iTunes with The Spiritual Life, which is what we are right here.
Travis Tidwell, that's the official title if you're putting it in the search bar.
Yeah, thank you. And then we have Travis Tidwell, Time Has Come, my music, which has, it's just unbelievable. It's been played, actually, I say it again, all over the world. And I have a very small following with it right now because it is new age cutting edge music, but it's still out there. So, I'm asking anybody out there who's listening, please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe if you like what we're sharing.
Like and share.
Yeah, and if we're empowering you at some point, which is what we're trying to do with this information, give you these angels to work with, give you the directions they have, just a little bit of knowledge now, and go to my website, travistidwell.us, if you want to achieve more on your spiritual path or journey. And you want some direct teaching. So,
or if you have any questions, though, too, because I'm sure, like a lot of these things, I have a million questions for everything. I'm just
that's why she's here.
Ask. So I mean, just drop a comment and just shoot an email, just so we can expand on that, especially for part 2. I mean, it can't be asking for everybody.
Yeah. And this is the thing too. Ashley does goddess work also, and so anybody who wants to contact her at Pisces Life Coach.
Oh yeah, the Pisces Life Coach on Instagram. I haven't really been on lately because I've been protecting my energy, but definitely shoot me a text.
She's been protecting her energy from you guys out there, stalking her.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a
few. Yeah. So, and those of you out on the radio waves here where we're podcasting, I want to always thank you for listening and tuning in. I'm not sure how much this is helping you, but I'm sure it's got to be benefiting you in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, and if you guys actually have questions about how to properly do an altar, we do have an episode on that, so you can go ahead and take it back.
If you don't, thank you for that. If you don't have an altar in your to work with these 4 angels, 4 directions, get one.
I think you should start with an altar.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, you can contact us here, Travis Tidwell, podcast, gmail.com. There's different ways you can get a hold of me or her. You have any questions, please contact us. I will give you your angel's name, as I said before. And I can only I want to thank my executive producer Athena.
Thank you, Athena.
Thanks, baby. And I want to thank my beautiful co-host here, Ashley. Isn't she beautiful out there?
Stop! Come on, get with the program. Get with the program.
And I want to thank the Lord God Yahweh and the Holy and Divine Spirit this night, along with Sacred Dragon and all those helping us produce this information. As I can only hope and pray that all of you who witnessed this on YouTube visually, or you've heard this, that this information would be a blessing, a benefit, and a service for you all. God bless you, your families, your friends, your pets. So be it.
So be it.
Yeah, baby.
Time has come to rearrange. Time has come for a change.